ever pondered about the intricacies of jury selection in high-profile cases, the process is a delicate dance, balancing the scales of justice and the court's desire for an impartial jury. It's not as simple as pulling names out of a hat. Each potential juror undergoes a thorough vetting process designed to weed out any biases that could influence the trial's outcome. To illustrate, let's consider the George Floyd trial, a case that gripped the nation and the world. With extensive media coverage and strong public opinion, the task of selecting an impartial jury was Herculean. The court had to ensure that each juror could set aside their personal feelings, opinions shaped by the media, and any preconceived notions about the case. Detailed questionnaires were used to assess potential jurors, digging into their background, their beliefs, and even their media consumption habits. It's a delicate process, a balancing act between the right to a fair trial and the reality of human bias. It's a challenge that courts face in every trial, but especially in high-profile cases where public opinion and media coverage add layers of complexity. So, while the concept of a jury trial might seem straightforward, the reality is far more complex. But how do we even get to this point? What events lead to a trial and the eventual jury selection process? The path to a trial isn't a straight shot. It's a series of strategic steps, each playing a crucial role in shaping the outcome. It all begins with an investigation, whether it's a crime scene being combed for evidence, or a financial audit probing for discrepancies. The goal is the same: to gather enough material to bring forth charges. Once the investigation wraps up, charges are filed, and this is where the legal machinery truly kicks into gear. Charges can range from misdemeanors to felonies, each carrying its own set of consequences. The gravity of these charges often dictates the eventual course of the trial. Next, we have the arraignment. This is the defendant's first appearance in court, where they enter a plea: guilty, not guilty, or no contest. This plea sets the tone for the rest of the trial. A guilty plea could lead to immediate sentencing, while a not guilty plea paves the way to a trial. Leading up to the trial, there are pre-trial motions. These are essentially requests made to the court to obtain information, dismiss charges, or even change the venue of the trial. They play a pivotal role in shaping the narrative of the case. Then we have plea bargaining, a negotiation between the defense and the prosecution. The defendant may agree to plead guilty to a lesser charge in exchange for a lighter sentence. It's a strategic move that can potentially bypass the trial altogether. And so, after these stages, we finally arrive at the trial and the jury selection process. Now that we're at the trial stage, let's delve into the jury selection process in more detail. The process begins with a pool of potential jurors summoned from the local community. From this pool, a smaller group is called to the court, marking the start of the voir dire, a French term meaning to speak the truth. This is a crucial phase where potential jurors are questioned to assess any biases or preconceived notions that may affect their judgment. The questioning is carried out by the attorneys from both sides and sometimes by the judge. They ask a series of questions to gauge the potential jurors' attitudes towards the case, their understanding of the law, and their ability to make a decision based solely on the evidence presented. This isn't a job interview. There are no right or wrong answers. The aim is to uncover any potential biases that could sway a juror's decision unfairly. During the voir dire, Both the defense and the prosecution have the power to dismiss potential jurors. There are two types of dismissals: peremptory challenges and challenges for cause. Peremptory challenges allow attorneys to reject a certain number of potential jurors without giving a reason, while challenges for cause require a valid reason, such as a juror's inability to be impartial. The judge has the final say on who serves on the jury. Their job is to ensure that the selected jurors are as unbiased as possible, guaranteeing a fair trial. This is a delicate balancing act, considering the diversity of opinions, backgrounds, and experiences in the jury pool. With the jury selected, the trial can finally commence. We have covered a lot of ground, so let's summarize our main points. Jury selection, as we've learned, is a complex yet crucial component of our legal system. It's a process steeped in fairness, ensuring that every individual on trial is judged by an unbiased group of their peers. From our discussion, we've seen how significant events can lead to a trial, each step meticulously planned to uphold the integrity of the justice system. In detail, we've examined the jury selection process, from the initial pool of potential jurors to the challenging task of questioning and filtering individuals to form an impartial jury. This process is particularly critical in high-profile cases where media coverage and public opinion can potentially influence the jury. The goal is always to ensure a fair trial where facts and evidence take precedence over bias and preconceived notions. As we've seen, jury selection is a vital yet intricate part of our justice system, particularly in high-profile cases.